everything's good and set up. This is Brian from Bull Strength, doing another live stream. We used to do these quite a bit back in the day, but it's been a while. So I'd like to be able to do this on Sundays regularly, now that I actually have a good phone where I can stream off of it. This should be more of a regular thing. So today we're going to be doing a strongman workout. Going to be doing some log, clean and press, more emphasis on the press part. And then by the end of my working sets, I'm going to see if I feel good enough to possibly do some joker sets. Hello, Sunbear. Mods in the chat. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get through my working sets with the strongman log, and then possibly get into some joker sets, which is basically, you know, in powerlifting, strongman, if you're still feeling fresh at the end of your working sets, you know, you can kind of ramp up to a heavy weight, work some singles. And to be honest, I haven't really been working a lot of intensity lately, so it would probably behoove me to lift a little bit heavier today. But I'm just going to go off of a feel like basically every other time I lift. So don't forget, if you like this video, put a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a Patreon if you want to support me monetarily, which I would greatly appreciate. The top tier of Patreon is exclusively for remote coaching. So you've got like lower tier, which is basically, you know, just kind of donating to donate. You get a few perks like Discord and like voting on video topics and stuff like that. And then the middle tier, there's a bunch of kind of pre-written programs. There's a bunch of home workouts and stuff like that in the middle tier. And then of course the top tier, I'll be doing the programming for you. Every Monday I will send you out a custom program based on your goals, your feedback, and your body. So thank you, Sunbear, for the link there to my Patreon. So don't forget to check that out if you'd like to support the channel. So like I said, we're gonna be doing strongman log. For my antagonist exercise today, I'm gonna be using the sled. So I'm gonna be doing some sled pulls because that's, I don't know, I figured strongman, interesting to watch and kind of easy to keep in frame. I'll just be doing some shorter laps going this way. Usually I go this way, which is quite a bit more distance. So I'll have to make up for it by doing more laps. So I'm gonna jump into my workout. I'm already warmed up, I've already stretched. So if anybody comes in and you know you have any questions, feel free to ask anything you want. Now, I'm streaming on my phone, so I don't know if these chats will actually stay on screen. It seems like they're only there temporarily. Let's see. All messages visible. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, now I can see older messages. Very cool. All right, so we're gonna jump into it. Got my wrist straps on. As you saw in my last video, we are not using wrist wraps anymore for anything. Not that I would use it for the log, regardless. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep tapping the phone. Let's see. Live chat. Okay, so I guess I'll just have to tap the phone to refresh it to actually see what's being said. Next time I'll have a better setup. I'll have the laptop out here with me so I can kind of see your messages a little bit more easily. So, all right, let's jump into it. I'm gonna do my first set with the empty bar, and then we're just gonna ramp up to something kind of easy. Something over 100 pounds, but nothing too crazy. All right, hope the audio is okay. Moderator, if you're watching, Sunbear, let me know what it sounds like. It's kind of like, for some reason, it's windy out here, which it's never windy, but for some reason, it just started picking up, so. All right, let's do some logs. Everything is great, audio is fine. Perfect, all right. So let's just jump into it. For some reason, YouTube is saying I have 0 viewers. I'm not sure what that's about, but I don't know if this is related to my very obvious, but not obvious shadow ban. All right. So as you saw there, we just did a set. My phone is dimming. I hope it doesn't just randomly go into standby. Like I said, this is very experimental here. So what you saw there was a log clean. Obviously with a log, you're not going to be able to clean as cleanly as a barbell. It's not going to be one fluid motion up into the rack because of how sort of obtuse the log is. What you saw there is known as a continental clean, where basically you set the log or a barbell, if you're doing it with a bar, you set it on your lap, and then use hip drive, kind of like you're doing a kettlebell swing, to sort of roll the bar up your chest and then press from there. So a little different than, you know, what you would see in the Olympics. But Cassie, hey Cassie, it's one of some Bears followers. How you doing? Yeah, so this is what I used to do back in the day, several times a week. So I'm gonna try to be doing this consistently on Sundays again. Like I said, now that I have a decent phone where I can stream, apparently the video and audio is good. So, all right, so I just did my opening set with the empty bar. So I'm gonna throw on a couple of 25-pound bumpers and get in another warm-up set, see where I'm at, possibly move up. So just like I talked about with the form, it's a little bit different. We're gonna rest it on our lap, use our hips to roll the log up, right? It's basically just a normal conventional deadlift. And you just sit down, roll it up, and press. All right, that felt pretty good. All right, now to see what everyone's been talking about. I wish the live chat would just stay up. Oh, what happened, Cassie? All right, so that was 101 pounds. I'm gonna throw another pair of 10-pound bumpers on. And that's probably where I'm gonna stay at today. Nothing too crazy. I really need a laptop out here next time. That's all right though. This is the first time me doing this on the cell phone. So taking notes, we'll have a much better system next time. Whatever you gotta do, Cassie, you can live vicariously through me. All right, so we got 121 pounds on the log. I'm just gonna clean it up and do a set of presses, and yeah, be right back. All right. Those 8 reps is 121. What drama am I missing? 20 goats. It's like say the word chaos without saying the word chaos. All right, so that was 8 reps of 121. We'll do a few more sets of that. Get a nice volume workout today. And then we'll start pulling the sled. I've got 4 plates on there right now, so 4 45s. Then once I'm done with the bumper plates, I'm gonna throw those on top. So 100. Cassie, that is overkill. 100 goats. We've got 4. And they're already a handful. They break out all the time. They're chaotic. So probably at some point in this stream, you'll probably see little squads of chickens running around in the background. They're free ranging. Actually, it seems like they're all kind of chilling today. But anyway, yeah. Hello, Kuma. What's up, man? Oh man, that is good. Oh, good upper body exercises. Cassie, what kind of equipment do you have access to? Are you going to like a commercial gym, or you got something at home? It's really just going to depend on what you have to work with. Getting ready for dinner. Just got up, getting ready for dinner. I haven't napped in ages. Actually, I think last time I napped, I was sick. I have sleep anxiety, so it's not easy for me to sleep in general. Not at home, but I do want to start going to the gym again. So, I mean, if you end up going to like a commercial gym, like a Planet Fitness or Anytime Fitness or something like that, it's all going to be pretty obvious what to do. You know, it's basically nothing but hammer strength machines in there. And you're going to have like pictures, demonstration pictures on there. All right, we got some wind blowing in. Let me know if the microphone's getting all jacked up right now. But anyway, so you're going to want to work some pushing and some pulling. That's always the minimum recommendation for upper body type stuff. So whether it's a bench press, a chest press, an overhead press for your push, and then you always want to complement it with something pulling, right? So like a face pull, like a seated mid-row or a lat pull down or something like that. You want to work over different planes of motion, but you especially want to hit the back though. You want to hit those antagonist muscles to your presses. Because a lot of us are sedentary. A lot of us sit around a lot. A lot of us sit in front of the computer or in front of the TV or, you know, playing video games or whatever. And that causes sort of an anterior slouch. When your arms are forward, these muscles up front are active, right? So you're basically working them nonstop, you know, in a small way. When you're, you know, on the computer doing typical sedentary stuff all the time. So it's very, very important that you do exercises that kind of pull your posture upright, right? So face pulls are one of my absolute favorite exercises for that. So I know it's a very obtuse answer there, Cassie, but I guess the short answer is you have a lot of options, but definitely make sure that you are not only pushing, but putting emphasis on pulling too, right? Counter the sort of the sedentary postural muscles. So that's why you look like Igor. Oh, do you have a sort of a anterior slouch? Shoulders are rounded forward. Yeah, you can correct that, especially if you're younger. What's up, Terry? I don't actually know you, but hi, I know some bear knows you. Yeah, you can counter sort of the kyphosis that forms from sitting too much, that forward slouch, from doing, you know, upper body pulling exercises, back exercises. Pull everything back. And eventually over time, the musculature will begin to pull back too. And you want to do it, the reason why I say it, you want to do it when you're young, because if you wait too long, you're going to develop an imbalance that eventually starts to affect your skeleton, right? So at first it's just your muscles and your tendons and sort of the things that are easier to correct. And over time, your bones will actually begin to deform. And that's why you see, every once in a while, you see an old person walking around where they are just completely hunched over, like they look like the hunchback, you know what I mean? So yeah, you're 30. No, you're not yet. You're not old. I'm almost 10 years older than you. Get out of here with that. Never miss head day? What's head day? What's up, Governor? Cheerio. Our resident British friend is in the chat, so I get to do my awful British accent just to antagonize. Anyway, so yeah, that's the answer. If you're noticing a kyphotic postural shift, nip it in the bud now. Get to it as quickly as possible, or you're gonna end up looking like one of those old people that's hunchbacked and look like they're in pain all the time. And they look like that because they are in pain all the time. All right, I'm gonna do another set. We've got 121 pounds on the Strongman log, and we're just gonna do another set of 8, and then I will be right back. Oh yeah, we'll talk about sciatic nerve. I've been having some serious issues with sciatica lately, so I can give you some tips on how to relieve pain with that, unless the doctor's already got you covered. But all right, one more set. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Chiropractor. I'm sure that some sort of adjusting can help. Deep tissue massaging. Even just doing faster release on your own. If you got like a lacrosse ball, something you could dig into those problem muscles. Saw a guy walking down the street. He was bent all the way over. Yeah, that's bad. That's hyperkyphotic posture, which, like I said, if you don't take care of it when you're young, you're gonna have to live with it when you're old, and there will be no way to fix it, because by that point, your skeleton's already deformed. Your arms hurt watching me? Wow. That's not what I meant by living vicarious through my workout, but trust me, my arms do not hurt. You need 2 people for head day. I'm missing this reference. Yeah, no arm pain, nothing. A lot of people do experience pain when doing overhead pressing exercises, and just like people that feel a lot of back pain when they do squats, your form's off. If you're feeling, you know, all kinds of weird clicking in your shoulders and stuff, you're 2 things: your form's off, and you're most likely not warming up correctly. So I'm gonna do one more set with the log, and then we're gonna start pulling the sled back there. It's got 4 plates on it, so if we do the math, it's about 200 pounds total. Then I'm gonna throw probably one of the bumper plates on top, so we're gonna be pulling about 225 pounds or so. Clicking in your left shoulder from overhead pressing. How far should you push your body when exercising? It's very, very important that you listen to your body when you're exercising. No matter what you have planned to do, whatever program you're following, whatever your coach is telling you, whatever, listening to your body is the number one thing. So if you're ever feeling uncomfortable, if an exercise doesn't feel right, I mean, like if your heart rate feels out of control or something like that, feel free to just stop. I mean, I have a lot of days, especially out here. I mean, I'm outside. It's noon in Florida. It is blazing hot right now. And, you know, there's some times where I cut my exercises short just because I'm exhausted. I can tell, you know, when I'm dehydrated, you know, my mouth will be dry, or maybe I'll start getting a headache or something like that. And, you know, if I get to that point, I just cut myself off. So it's all about listening to your body and doing what you can handle. And of course, this isn't really more of a female thing. This is more of a male thing, I guess, in the gym. But check your ego, you know. It's not about the weight that you can lift. It's not about showing off. Obviously, if you're a power lifter, there's a time and place for showing off. That's kind of the point in powerlifting. But yeah, generally, don't ever push yourself too hard, and especially not because of, you know, prying eyeballs in the gym, you know. Yeah, due to dehydration. It's very common out here. I mean, I drank a crap load. I mean, I guzzled water before this workout here. You know, obviously because I scheduled it for noon, but in the near future, you know, the temperature conditions should be a little more pleasant. I always say the guy who's at day one is working as hard as the gym rat. Yeah, well, he's probably working harder because, you know, it's very, very difficult to get motivated to not only get in the gym, but especially to get in the gym consistently. The gym rat has already figured it out. The gym rat has already figured out a system of holding themselves accountable, and really the key thing is keeping things interesting, switching things up, looking for new ideas. Go to different people on YouTube, go to different, you know, blogs and stuff, and try to find things to keep it fresh, because it will get boring. It gets boring for everybody. You know, even me as someone who coaches people, like, I definitely get bored too. And sometimes I need to switch things up, you know, and that's when I'll look up, you know, some kind of weird old school exercise from, you know, the freaking 19th century or something, or whatever. I'll do whatever I can to kind of keep things fresh. So let's go back here. Yeah, the workouts are affected by your cycle, 100%. I forget the time of the month where you guys are at your strongest. You would probably know that better than me. I should know that because that's in my certification material. Yeah. But yeah, the little guy who's finally in the gym is definitely, he gets all my respect, because that's someone who's really freaking trying, you know. Whereas the gym rat, like I said, the gym rat's in autopilot, you know. He's in cruise control. Nothing's gonna stop him from going in the gym. In fact, when he misses a day in the gym, he's gonna be upset. So, you take him to the swamp and cock a shotgun and say, workout has begun? No, that's, I know you British people probably have a very cartoonish view of us Floridians down here, but no, we're not that out of control. Our coaches don't chase their trainees with shotguns here. Might be an Australian thing, but what were you guys saying the other day in Rachel's stream, that Florida is the Australia of America, basically? Gotta keep. It's like a message was kept from global chat. I can't see the message you just read. What did you say, Stag? How did you piss off the overlords? You gotta keep it clean here. I'm already shadow banned. Gotta keep it clean. All right, one more set with the log. Cassie, close your eyes if you have to. And then we'll start getting set up for the sled. Check on the chat real quick. That is 121 pounds overhead for 8s. So I said in the very beginning that I've been lacking a little bit in intensity, and a lot of my strength lifts have kind of gone down a little bit. So I'm kind of in a phase of building back up. Yeah, a little less than 60, but yeah, probably like 58 kilos or so. Okay. All right, logs out of the way. We got the sled set up. We've got about 225 pounds on the sled, which is, I believe, a little bit over 100 kilos for my international friends. So yeah, we're gonna do some sets on the sled. I'm gonna do some circuits on my boxing bag over there, which I'll have to, turn the camera once we get to that. And that's basically gonna be my workout today. But like I said, how you wanna mix the pushing with the pulling. I started off with overhead pressing, pushing, and the cleaning is kind of a pull, but of course I'm doing a single clean into the rack and then knocking out an entire set of pressing from there. So that doesn't really count to me. It's definitely not enough back volume. So we're gonna build up a crap load of back volume with the prowler sled. So, I don't know if that's called a prowler, but yeah. So we've got 4 45s and a 25 on top. So total, it's about 220, 225 pounds or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. I'm gonna pull it down to the end and back. I'm just gonna go until I get tired. And then I'll be back. Answer some more questions. Think of some more if you have any. But all right, stand by. Get one more. Such a small circuit here. All right. We'll call that one set. Whew. Nuke that like button. Send it into orbit. It's really weird. I can't tell how many people are watching. It keeps dipping to 0, and I'll see more people talking in the chat that are showing up as viewers. So I don't know. I know I made you mad, Susan. Sorry. YouTube glitches or whatever. Hold me back. Said some spicy things, but nothing too offensive, I didn't think, at least. can tell by which ones have the red dollar sign. I have a couple of those with reds and yellows. They just don't like anything too critical of certain cultural aspects regarding fitness. Yes. Yeah, it would definitely tear up the grass in a park. If you're gonna use a sled like that, which I highly recommend, if you got some plates at home that you can throw on there, I mean, it's a cheap way to really blast the hell out of your back. But if you're in a park or something like that, honestly, something like that, it would be more suited for the street. Patrick Starr. Yeah, hi Patrick. But yeah, answering your question, typically sidewalk or a road would be better. Or definitely, you know, out here it's nothing but sand, so all I gotta do is make sure that the little divots that I create, I kind of kick some sand over it. I already had an incident where like I had a little indentation from doing kettlebells outside, and somebody on the property tripped, and I think they pulled one of their calf muscles. Like it was pretty bad. But yeah, so any kind of indentation or anything like that that I leave behind, I try to cover it up to prevent people from getting their calves rolled up into their hamstrings. All right, I'm gonna do another set here. Extremely hot today, which you can see. Actually, you can't. Oh yeah, you can right here. Got an extension cord with a sort of a high-powered fan out here. Makes it a little more tolerable, at least. Yeah, that too. The chickens, and then we got dogs running around digging holes, and I know. I just don't want to add to the chaos. So, all right, we're gonna do some more prowler. Or honestly, I keep calling it a prowler, but I'm pretty sure a prowler is the kind that has the handles on it where you can push with it too. But anyway, we're gonna pull some more sled. So I'm gonna kind of pull it over this way a little bit. That's it. Whew. All right. Just gonna do one more set of those. Like I said, we did our push for today. So now we're doing our pull. The roosters are freaking annoying. Yeah, they always walk up to our territory and just start screaming. And every morning we just come storming out and chase them away. So I guess chickens aren't very pattern sensitive. Where the chats go? Needs to drag my brother around. There you go, Terry. You gotta get creative. Actually, I used to pull Rachel. On it. See, YouTube says there's one person in here, but there's freaking people chatting with each other right now. Anyway, yeah, back in the day, back when I used to train Rachel, we would do a similar exercise where she would stand. Do you want to do a demonstration? How many people in the chat want to see Rachel get on the sled? I don't know if we can do that, Rach. Forget. Come on out. All right, I guess we're gonna pull Rachel. Well, I better take some weight off then. Oh, standing by. All right, let me take some plates off, and we will replace these plates with one standard Rachel unit. All right, here she comes. We got Rachel on the premises.
I'm ready for my close-up.
I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I got my new Crocs on.
Look at that. Living the backwoods life. All right, so we got one bumper plate left on there. So it's gonna be about the same weight having Rachel on.
This is all sand, by the way. We live on a beach. So, like, not actually.
Or do we? All right.
All right, so it looks suspicious because it looks like I'm gonna sit on that, but I'm not.
Yeah, she's not. Uh-oh. Throw him back. We haven't done this in years.
I'm ready. I don't like it.
Look at that, single arm row. Come on.
Ladies, don't settle for less than this.
Get you a barbarian. That's it? I was just getting warmed up.
I'm gonna go back inside.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So that was the Rachel sled pull. One day I might do a tutorial video on how to do the Rachel sled pull. Kidding. Stop in to see the... Thanks, Leia. Hope to see you some more in the future. We'll be doing this on Sundays, so as long as we don't get rained out or anything like that, I'm gonna start doing this every Sunday, getting back on a schedule. Like I used to back in the day. I used to do this 3 days a week. This is what you have to drag you to the dentist. Oh, I hate the dentist. There's no one worse. Couples workouts, right? Actually, one of the first gym that I trained at was a gym that I subleased in Tampa. It's called Fitness, and the guy who owns it actually has a very successful DVD series of like really sexually suggestive workouts to do with your partner. Look that up. I don't remember the name. Rachel, if you can remember the name of Micah's DVDs. Oh, it was like Strength of Seduction or something like that. Yeah, it's all kind of, it's borderline porn. But I mean, he was wildly successful with it. I mean, he made a lot of money off of it. So props to Micah. Micah Morgan, who's actually, I don't know if he still trains, but he's in one of my videos. We did a video on no excuses, which is actually the MM Fitness motto. So if you want to check that out, me and my old buddy Micah talking about people that make excuses for training and basically ways that you can trick yourself to get around the bullshit you tell yourself. Because that's the whole thing. I think Joe Rogan has a thing where he talks about how everybody has, I hope I'm not going to offend anybody here. I'm just going to use the word that Joe Rogan used, okay? But he said that everybody has an inner bitch. And I agree with that. I do too. We all do. Like I said, it's tough to get motivated sometimes. And sometimes that inner, we'll call it the inner antagonist, okay? We'll keep it gender neutral. But your inner antagonist, your inner naysayer, I mean, almost every time you go to make a lifestyle change, a diet change, or, try to get into working out or whatever, you're always going to have that naysayer voice in your head that tells you not to do it, and it's going to give you a bunch of reasons why. But that voice is full of crap, though. And you just have to recognize that voice is full of crap. Anyone who's ever run before, like running for distance, that's a really easy way to activate that voice, that inner antagonist. You get to that first quarter mile and the lactic acid is kicking in and your calves are on fire and your lungs are on fire and it's hard to breathe. Your mind is going to play tricks with you. It's going to tell you, stop doing this. But you don't have to stop. You don't have to. You can ignore that voice. That's part of, what I learned in the military is they teach you very well, how to shut that voice up. The inner antagonist, inner bitch, whatever you want to call it. That term that Joe Rogan coined. He actually has a really good video. You can just look it up on YouTube. I think it's just called about like conquering your inner bitch or something like that. And he talks about that. Because you're always going to have a voice, an antagonist voice. It's going to tell you to give up. Maybe not every time you work out or every time you're in the gym, but your mind is going to prefer comfort, right? Your mind is going to prefer you to just sit on the couch and be comfortable, right? Why wouldn't it? But your mind's not going to encourage you to go do something that feels dangerous or is extremely taxing. So if you're going to do something that's extremely taxing, you got to have the mindset big time. And David Goggins is right on point with that. Eric Bugenhagen, who's now a famous wrestler. I started watching him a long time ago, but he's like a famous WWE guy. But I was watching him back when he was just doing those mindset videos from his basement. It sounds so corny because everyone in fitness says that. Every motivational speaker says that. Mindset. It really is. It is the key, though. 100% the key. And, there's ways to trick yourself into having the right mindset. You can fake it until you make it. What I like to do a lot of the time, because I get that inner bitch, like I said, when I go for a run, it really comes out. It really comes out. And I'll talk back to it. I'll talk back, like not out loud. I'm not running around like, screw you, you know what I mean? But in my head, I'm just like, shut up. Go away. Quit being a bitch. Like, I'll kind of talk myself out of it in my own head. Working out in the swamp is actually harder due to the added weight of mosquitoes feasting. Well, yeah, technically, from all the blood loss from all the mosquitoes, your VO max is higher, your VO2 max. So yeah, you're inherently just working with less blood. Yeah, more hazardous. Yeah, man, I could get attacked by a python or... Who knows, man. Leia, my gym in my basement is right next to my stained glass area. That's pretty cool. Nice. So you have like kind of a Sun Bear and Bull Strength setup all in one room. Very cool. Very cool. When I have free time, I really need to find time to do both. Yeah, and that's what it is. You got to find the time, commit to it. you got to talk yourself into it, because by default, you're going to try to talk yourself out of it. There's so many comfortable things nowadays, you know what I mean? In terms of free dopamine hits, you know what I mean? Just watching this or racking up achievements with video games or whatever your poison is. Like, it's so easy to get distracted from doing something challenging and settling for something easy. I mean, I really think it's human nature. It's, people shouldn't be beating themselves up over not having motivation. Because, like I said, only a crazy person wants to go out and, like, just inflict pain in a way. I mean, exercising it can most certainly be painful, even if you're doing it the right way. Especially running, like I keep emphasizing. All right, we gotta catch up a little bit. Overhead press through the malaria, right? Just get my heart rate pumping so hard that it just comes flying out of me. Comes out on squat day. Patrick, right here, I hate squat day. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, as someone who programs and does coaching and stuff, even me, when squats come around, I mean, I do them anyway, right? But I don't want to. I hate squats. I would much rather deadlift than squat. But, if I want the results that I'm shooting for, I got to suck it up and do the things that I don't like. You know what I mean? Just the way it is. All right, I'm catching up. I'm getting a lot of stuff here. Squat day. Yes, Leah, it is hard. Fighting a giant snake or bear is a popular training method in anime. Yeah, I've never gone hand to hand with a snake or a bear. Unfortunately, I've had to shoot a couple of snakes. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but we can't really tolerate having poisonous snakes on the property when we got chickens and little dogs running around and stuff. So I don't think I'll ever go hand to hand with one, though. Hello, Matthew Smith, undercover from Germany. Yeah, you can ask me a question. Sure, that's what this is all about, right? I don't know, who wants to see another set of sun bear pools? Enjoy the rest of your workout. I'll definitely tune in again. I appreciate the motivating discussion. No problem, Leah. We'll be here again on Sunday. Also, you can join my Discord. It's down in the description of this YouTube stream. So go ahead and join the Discord link, and yeah, I'll create an event every time that I go live. So we might end up doing this more often than just on Sundays. This was just to kind of kick the tires in and, get back to doing this again. It's been a while. I really miss it, though. I love talking to you guys. Basically, my brother, who is 4, turning 5, says he wants to... Dude. All right. Sun bear. Yeah, you're sick. And you should go away. You should go away. That's the nice way of saying it. 3-letter acronym. You can guess it, but the rated G YouTube friendly way is to go away. Oh, it didn't show up. I have like offensive comments auto moderated, so it was probably just YouTube that picked it up before I did. You're a very sick man. Matthew Smith, undercover. I hope you get help. Freaking German people, man. You guys are weird. All right, more Rachel pools. I'm thinking about hitting the bag. I think I'm just gonna finish up, do a little cardio today. Alina won't agree to the Rachel sled pool method. Well, if Alina doesn't want you to have sick gains, she can go right ahead. All right, so we're gonna do wrist wrap. For how long do you take a break between repetitions? All right, I don't know if you mean sets or reps, but I'll answer both. Repetitions, on each rep, I basically get a good contraction. Usually I'll get a contraction for maybe about a second or so. So in other words, if I'm doing a pull, I'll get a little squeeze there. I'll hold it for like an extra second. So if you meant repetitions, then there's your answer. If you meant sets, meaning in between exercises or in between, going for another set of a particular exercise. So for big compound movements, now you're seeing unnaturally long resting today because I'm trying to talk to you guys. But typically for a big compound movement like a log press or a bench press or a deadlift or a squat or something like that where I'm going heavy, I do about 3 minutes minimum in between sets. So I take a 3-minute break and then jump back in. And that's because with those types of sets, we're going for maximal strength, right? So I want to be fully recovered before I even go for the next set. So 3 to 5 minutes for big compound movements if I'm working in a strength sort of rep range. And then for isolation movements, I tend to rest for about 1 to 2 minutes, which is normal. In other words, hypertrophy sets. So if you're aiming for, 8 to 12 reps, which is kind of the sweet spot for type 1 hypertrophy. Then yeah, about a minute or two, and that's hormone related. There's studies related to rest intervals with hypertrophy sets and how it relates to triggering growth hormone. So right now I'm getting the wraps on. So we're doing the boxing wraps. I guess I can show you how I'm doing it if you guys are curious. So it's one of these long style boxing wraps. So you do is you get your finger in the hook, get one little lap around the wrist. Then we're gonna come up between your pinky. Around the middle finger. Loop it around again, loop it around your wrist. Then you're gonna bring it up. Actually, I'm gonna bring it from the inside up to the index finger. So now I got the wrap in between each finger, pair of fingers. Then what I'm gonna do is take this and wrap my knuckles. I'm gonna cover up my knuckles. And then we're just gonna kind of mummify this sort of dead space here. And then we're gonna circle around and try to close it up from the bottom. And then we're gonna get it nice and tight around the wrist. I don't know why I always get such friggin' weird people in the chat, man. Man, ladies, whoever's watching. Get some weird people. People challenging me. I've had, because like I said, I used to do live streams really regularly. I've had people threaten to come and try to beat me up and stuff. It's like, what is it about me that's so intimidating? I'm just sitting here trying to help people. I'm just chilling. Leave me alone. All right, let's go. You can pull me then. Yeah, well, yeah, come on down to Florida. We'll do a little sled pulling and some rootin' tootin' gun shooting. Still cheating, he has wheels. Maybe I have a dead man tie. Deltoids attract weirdos like moths to a flame. You think that's what it is? You think it's my deltoids? I don't know what it is, but I always get weird people that come in here and they try to threaten me, or that guy was just saying something that I can't even repeat. And I don't think I'd even want to repeat. And I really do hope that he was kidding. And if not, yeah, someone needs to deal with this guy. I got another one. Sad. Can you, what actually happened there? It probably is. It probably is. Banda, I don't know. I tried to give him another chance. You know, maybe he grew up a little bit. Almighty Banda, my first stalker. Yeah. Because they're all undercover accounts, right? And then you never know. He might do some raid. Just have to ban him. Sorry, Banda. I mean, like, I banned you forever ago. You should probably just go away forever. Ban every single yeah. Might as well. I mean, he could keep making fake accounts, but I mean, that's what he did on, was it Twitch? Kept making fake accounts, kept banning them. What a loser. What a sad, pathetic human. Anyway, we're not here to talk about sad and pathetic losers. Yeah, go ahead and do your thing, Rachel. Go ahead and execute Order 66. It's got to happen every time. Some people, man. All right. It's going to be me versus that guy. I mean, how common is that? I just like, I don't know if you're lucky, Rachel, but I think maybe it's just the nature of being a fitness guy. Like, people just want to stand up to me and challenge me for no reason. It's very strange. I know. You never have it happen. You have like, what, like 7 or 8 times the amount of subscribers I have. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. All right, I'm gonna move the bench so I'm not kneeling. What? What? Me? Who? What picture was it? Oh, yeah. I mean, it is kind of happening in sync, isn't it? Well, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Just cut him off, whatever. Gave him a chance. And he thought he could be sneaky, but clearly he's a little slow. All right. Let's hit the guy. Mr. Man over here. Swamp Man, look at him. Look at all the mold on him. I am not a very good caretaker. All right, what do we got? Go to the side a little bit. Let me try to center it a little bit better. All right, punching. don't have a timer today. So I'm just gonna take it till I'm out of breath. Usually I have an interval timer when I do this. Whew. All right. A little boxing tip. First of all, hire somebody to teach you how. The form is a lot more complex than it looks. But basically, every punch starts in your feet. Always driving your feet, and every punch is in sync with the movement from your feet and hips. It's like you're starting a chain of energy that's coming from your foot, coming up through your torso, and exploding through your fist. All right, for some reason my chats aren't coming up. There we go. Heat index is high. I can imagine, it feels like it. Did I do boxing? No, like in terms of competing, no, I've never competed in boxing before. I've had a couple of coaches. This third gym that I trained at, the guy there was an amateur boxer. And one of the coaches there was actually Antonio Tarver Jr., which Antonio Tarver Sr. was the former heavyweight champion who knocked out Roy Jones. He's the antagonist in Rocky VI, Balboa. But his son, I was trained by him because I actually did want to do an amateur fight for a little bit, and I just kind of weighed the pros and cons. I would love to get in the ring. However, I love having cognitive skills and not having CTE. So I've never actually competed. I've done like MMA gyms, Muay Thai gyms, as far as stand-up goes. And then, like I said, I was trained one-on-one by a boxer. And that's mostly where I got my form extra crispy, I guess, was from training with Tony, which I think he still coaches in Tampa, if you want to look him up, Antonio Tarver Jr. Yeah, I think he's a welterweight or a middleweight, but last time I checked, he's like 8-0, 9-0. He's actually doing really good, but you know, his dad is the former heavyweight champion, and I'm pretty sure he defended the belt like 3 or 4 times. Like, Tony Sr. was no joke, for sure. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure if he actually got into professional fighting. All right, so I'm going to do another set. Just going to get my heart rate up. That's the whole goal here. I'm not using a timer or anything like that today. I'm just basically throwing punches until I start throwing soft punches, pretty much. So, let's do another one. Oh man, wonder what the heat index is. It is freaking hot. Yeah, boxing is, I would say, my favorite form of interval cardio. I do have to watch it. Like I talked about in my last video, I do have really bad wrists, so that's why I go extra with the wraps and everything. And I'm not trying to throw cannonballs. I know it looks like I'm throwing very fast punches, but I am trying to minimize the impact. I'm not trying to punch all the way through it. I just punch until I make contact and immediately pull it back into the guard. Because, yeah, I already have all kinds of wrist issues. Last thing I need is another ganglion cyst or something like that. But yeah, as for today's workout, I think I'm gonna cut it off there because I'm doing a little listening to my body right now, and it's telling me you're insane for boxing with like 115 heat index. So, hey, look at that, nice little breeze. All right, so we got any more questions? Anyone else want to come in and not say anything weird? Yeah, had a really good stream today. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Had a lot of really interesting questions and interesting viewpoints in general. Had a really good time talking to you guys. Like I said, I have a Patreon if you'd like to support me, or you want to get coached by me personally. Top tier is one-on-one coaching with me, where I do your programming for you and sort of make adjustments based on your feedback. Middle tier unlocks a bunch of free programs, and then the lowest tier just kind of helps out. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you next Sunday. We're going to plan for noon again, and check the description for Discord for updates. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.